I know there are a lot of young women out there who need to hear this. You are beautiful. You are amazing. No one, I don't care who it is. I do not care who it is. They cannot amount to the person that you are.
Family. Yeah, I know this. I mean, say family.
What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Kwani, and I'm back with another video. So I wanted to be transparent with you guys. Can I be transparent with y'all? So yeah, this confident woman that you see in front of you, it was not, you know, the person I always was. I wanted to talk to you guys about, you know, being true to who you are and learning how to just accept and love yourself. So as a child, when I was a teenager, no, scratch that. Let's go back to when I was, you know, a child. As a child, I was very chunky. I was chubby, you know, and stuff like that. And I knew that, you know, I was chubby. I knew that everyone else around me didn't look the same way, you know, I did. So that played a part in, you know, the way I thought of myself, the way I looked at myself and felt. But I didn't really understand it at that age. Now, when I became a teenager or preteen type of area, you know, middle school, high school days, I went through an identity crisis where I was trying to figure out where I fit in. I hung out with different groups of people, did different things. You know, I feel like this even played a part in me losing my virginity at the age that I did. Because, you know, you just try to be in the in crowd and try to be liked and try to be appreciated and stuff like that. But then again, you know, at that age, you don't really know. Like, yes, I had my mom telling me, you know, that I'm beautiful and all the stuff like that, and that I don't need to find, you know, I don't need to fit in with the in crowd and stuff like that. And, you know, but you don't want to hear that from your parents. You don't, you know, at that age, what they're saying really doesn't matter. So I realized that I found myself being around people that just wasn't any good for me. I hung out with, you know, different people of different ethnicities and all that stuff like that. So, you know, I went through my era when I thought I was Dominican. And I went through my emo era, you know, I went through my emo little era. At one point, I was dating women, and I was just trying to find Kwani. I was trying to find who I am. So, you know, as time went on, I began to grow. I began to realize that none of those things were me. None of those things really set right in my spirit and set right with, you know, who I intended to be. So, you know, I mean, I used to do a bunch of things. But one thing I've always done was listen to that voice in the back of my head. That voice that just, it gets louder and louder and louder, and I've always listened to it. No matter how old I was, that's just been me. So if I find myself in a predicament where I'm like, should I be here? Should I not be here? Like, is something gonna happen? Like, is these people good for me? Like, you know, whatever the case may be, there was always this little voice in the back of my head that always spoke value and always meant everything to me. So I've always listened to it. You know, when you're that age, you don't know what it is. You just, like, something told me. But I know now that, you know, that was God. That was, you know, the Holy Ghost telling me, whispering in my ear, like, Kwani, get up and leave. Kwani, go home. Kwani, don't do that. Don't be here. All that stuff like that. I wish I would have listened to it when it came to, you know, me losing my virginity. But that's neither here nor there. That's a whole nother story. But, you know, you just have to learn that, you know, you're beautiful. You're amazing. The person that you are, the person that God has created you to be, the person that you know, you look in the mirror and you see, regardless if you have whatever, you know, I had acne. I had, like, my skin was, it wasn't like terrible, but it was bad. It was pretty bad, and I didn't like it. I was very, like, I dealt with a lot of self-confidence issues. Like, I really, really, truly did. And it's scary now. Like, looking back at it, it's really scary, because that I could have really went through some stuff. Like, I really could have, like, worse than what I've ever been through. Because I didn't have a bad life. I didn't have a bad childhood. Like, my mother raised me right. You know, she raised me to have a good head on my shoulder, whatever the case may be. But I still dealt with issues. Like, you know, there's people that they watch movies and they take on the person that they're watching in the movie. So they happen to, you know, take on that character, that role, and then, you know, transfer it into their own lives when ain't nothing going on, nowhere near there. And I noticed that was kind of me. Like, you know, I did that at one point in my life, and it takes a lot of maturing, a lot of growth to realize that, you know, you have to learn to identify with you. You have to learn to appreciate you and love you. Self-love is everything. Self-love is like the most valuable thing you can ever have in general, like, for real. Because you going out to find, you know, that guy or that girl or whatever the case may be, and trying to be like, you know, why you don't love me? They probably do love you, but you just don't love you. You don't know how to love you. It takes a while to learn that. That's something even, you know, adults older than us, older than me, have yet to find, have yet to, you know, go on that journey to be like, okay, I have to love myself. Before anybody else can love me, I have to love me. I have to know, you know, because once you love you, there is no topping that. Nobody can ever make you feel small. Nobody can ever make you feel, you know, you don't need no validation from nobody once you get to that point. Once you get to the point of unconditional love for yourself, and you have created this, like, it's like this portal between you and whoever it is that you praise, whoever it is that you believe in, whatever it is that you know, you pray to. But I pray to God and Jesus. Once I created that, you know, that portal, and that is just me and them, and I've, you know, found myself and found who Kwani is, and what Kwani likes, and what Kwani don't like, and what Kwani will, you know, accept in her life, and what she won't accept in her life. Once I found those aspects of me, there was no coming back from it. There was no, you know, oh, I have to settle. I'm not settling for anything less than. I know who I am. I know my calling. I know, you know, what I'm worth. Knowing what you're worth, knowing your own worth, means everything. I know a lot of people, I have a lot of friends who don't know their worth, who don't know how to love themselves, who doesn't know what it means to be that person, who doesn't know what it means to have that type of love. And I tell them all the time, like, stop looking for that in your significant other. Stop looking for that in guys. Stop looking for that in girls. Stop looking for that in friends. Stop looking for that, because you're never going to find the same type of love that you can give yourself. You will never find that type of love. I mean, even with having children, I have my children, they are my world. They are my world. If you know me, you know that they are my world. And their love is unconditional, and the love, you know, that transpires between the two of us, me and Zion, me and Zendaya, like, that's just, it's out of this world. But it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing compared to the love that I have for myself. The love that I've grown to have for myself is beautiful. It's beautiful. Like, you know, I know there are a lot of young women out there who need to hear this. You are beautiful. You are amazing. No one, I don't care who it is. I do not care who it is. They cannot amount to the person that you are. They cannot. This is not to compare you to anyone. Do not compare yourself to anyone. Do not. Because you will only set yourself up for failure. You will only set yourself up for doubt. Do not sit there and be scrolling on Instagram, Facebook, whatever the case may be, and be like, dang, I want my body to look like her. I want, like, yeah, there's body goals, couple goals, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, they are around. They exist. But don't compare yourself to them, because it will drive you crazy. It truly will. Like, at one point, I was like, okay, I would like for my body to look like this, but I would also like for my body to look like this. I know what my body's gonna end up looking like for me, and it will look like whatever I end up making it look like, because I have to work towards that body. I have to work towards, you know, getting to where I need to be physically and mentally. My mental state, I have to work on that. My physical state, I have to work on that. My spiritual state, I have to work on that. That is all within me. That is all within me. And you can do it too. You are worthy. You are so worthy. And there's nothing that anyone else should be able to say to you. No one can stop you. Go above and beyond. You got this. You got this. Sometimes you need that motivation. Sometimes you need that extra little push. Sometimes you need that, you know, you have to open your ears and listen to that little voice that's behind your head and letting you know, like, you know, you are perfect. Regardless, you are perfectly imperfect. If you understand what I'm saying, you are perfectly imperfect. That's because no one is really perfect. No one. That person that you're looking up to, they're not perfect. They went through stuff to get to where they at. Your parents are not perfect. Your family, anybody in your family, your friends, they are not perfect. I am not perfect. You just have to learn that you are just perfectly imperfect in your own little world. And you have to love you. You have to love your imperfect self, girl, guy, whoever you may be that is watching. You just have to love it. As long as I know how to, you know, appreciate me and show myself the love that I need to show myself. No, I may not do my hair every day. No, I may not, you know, find me time all the time. But when I do find me time, I zone out. I zone out because of the fact that I have to find that balance. I have to find that balance to, you know, to help me cope with my everyday life, to help me, you know, get through the day with my children, get through the day with Ness. Like, I have to do it. And you should too. You have to. Like, self-care is everything. Self-care is really everything. So, I don't want to make this video way too long. So what I'm going to say is to you, stop trying to fit in. Don't try to fit in because of the fact that you are meant to stand out. You are meant to stand out. Every single one of you are meant to stand out. You're not meant to fit in. You wasn't put on this earth to fit in. Everyone was put on this earth to, you know, with their own cause, with their own mission, with their own, you know, your own. There are a bunch of dancers out here. There's a bunch of singers, bunch of comedians, bunch of everybody. But everyone's different in their own way. Everyone. No matter how, y'all could all do the same style of everything. But you could literally sit there and watch how everyone is different. How everyone differentiates from each other. Because you wasn't meant to be the same. So don't try to fit in. Don't try to. Love yourself. Love who you were meant to be. Love who you were put here to be. Find yourself. Take time out to find who you are. Once you do that, you will be unstoppable. I love you guys. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Make sure you like it. Make sure you love it. Make sure you comment below and let us know, you know, what else you want to see and stuff like that, and if this video impacted you in any type of way. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed it though. I really do. I hope you did, and I really hope you got the message that I was trying to, you know, give you. So I hope you have a beautiful day, evening, whatever time you're watching this. Peace, love, and lights.